Hi, Michael here at Bookup, and today I'm going to show you how to use Chess Openings Wizard Professional and its two features, speed learning and speed testing, to learn a repertoire faster than you probably even thought was possible. When the program first comes up, it asks you if you want to watch web videos like this one. I recommend doing that, and also the help system, but we don't need that right now. We'll click OK. The first thing I'm going to do is open up a book I'm going to use as an example, which is going to be the London 2. And once that book is open, I'm going to check to see how many positions are in the ebook. And if you've seen me do this before, let me bore you again. But this ebook has 10,896 positions. Now I'm only interested in learning the white side, so there are roughly 5,000 positions for whites to move in this entire tree of this opening. But I would bore you to death right now if I tried to show you speed learning and speed testing with 5,000 positions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down a line until there are only 4, 5, 6 positions left. Then I'm going to make a set of just those so I can demonstrate speed learning and speed testing. Let me just click through the main line here. Queen b6, queen b3, yeah, this looks good. e3, take it down to about move 9. Knight bd2. Okay, this is a good starting position for this demonstration. In this position, after black plays queen a5, there are a few positions that I need to know as white, and we'll use this, again, just as a small subset. The first thing I'm going to do is go to Commands menu and select Speed Learning Sets. When it comes up, I want to create a new set file, and I'll call this London Demo, maybe. London Demo Set. So now I've got the new London Demo Set. I'll set it to erase the set file before adding new positions because I always want to erase the file just in case I've got other positions in that set. But obviously this is a brand new set, so it doesn't have anything in it. That doesn't really matter so much. And I want to start selecting positions from either the starting position of chess, or whatever I started from here, or the current position. And I have it set to current position because I do want it to only go from this current position beyond. Only the moves I want to learn are beyond this position in this particular line. Then I can select to only get positions for whites to move. That's how I want it because, again, I'm trying to learn the white side of the London, so I don't need to see the positions where black is to move. Black can play whatever he's going to play, and I only want to learn the position where white's going to move. I have it set to ignore positions without candidates, so I don't want it to bring positions up and show me nothing because a position with no candidate moves doesn't really teach me anything. That's probably the end of the line. I could select from named positions, but that's only used for endgame databases. So this is an opening system and none of these positions have names, so don't need that. And I could restrain it to a specific range of moves, say beyond move 5 up through move 15 or so. But I'm not going to do that here because I'm already at move 9, and so I'm going to let it deal with whatever is after move 9. So I'll click OK. It will go through whatever positions are left, and it found 7 positions in this line that are left. 3 of those were added to the set file, probably because 3 out of those 7 were white to move. So let's recap. I have those 3 positions in this line that I need to learn in a set file called London Demo. So they're in an actual separate set file, so I don't need this ebook open. I can just close it. And from either the menu in that ebook back there, or from the menu here in the main menu, I say Commands, Speed Learning. Now this is the first start, the first of 2 phases. The first phase is learning it, and then the second phase is testing using the same set. So I'll go Speed Learning, and it suggests, of course, the last set that I worked with called the London Demo. I can select another one if I want to, but that's the one I just made, so that's great. So I select OK, and up it comes, and it starts showing me the positions, and then it shows the best move, and then it goes on to the next position. So this is the learning, or speed learning. Now in speed learning I can have this go very quickly, but what I'm going to do is slow things down. So there we go. So the first thing it does is it shows, it basically pauses. Then it shows a position, and then it pauses a little bit before it shows the arrow, the best move. Then it repeats a pause, and then a position in a different place, and I'll explain in a minute why it's doing that. And then, of course, the arrow for the best move. There are only 3 positions in this set, so it's going to keep going back and forth between the 3 positions. Now, why do you figure it's actually erasing the board and moving it to a different position? Well, what happens if you actually turn this up really fast in speed learning speed, let me crank that up a little bit so it goes much faster. If you watch the same position appear in exactly the same place. It just looks like the same position gets changed a lot, and you really can't see the differences. But if your eye is tracking in speed learning, photo reading style, you'll need the position to actually show up someplace else so your eye can catch it someplace else. Otherwise, it just looks like pieces are magically appearing and reappearing on the same position. If you're really interested in this effect, you want to take a look at photoreading.com. So let me slow it back down again so we can get back to those 3 positions we need to learn. It shows me a position. It shows that A4 is the right move. Pauses, shows me another position, and here it shows B4 is the right move. And it pauses, shows me the next position of the 3, and in this position, bishop E2 is the right move. Here again, remember I could be doing this with, I don't know, 100 positions, or 1,000 positions, or in the case of the London system, 5,000 positions at a time if I wanted to. Now I'll select Done, and I'll go to the commands and select Speed Testing. Same set comes up. I'll click OK. Move that window over here so you can see it. So this window is just going to test me flashcard style, and it's going to keep track of how many I got correct, how many I got were incorrect, and how many I skipped, because I can skip things that maybe I don't know. So in this position, I know to play A4. So I play it. It shows me the arrow, so I know it's right, and the correct goes to 1. It brings me to the next position. In this position, I know to play B4. And it shows me the arrow, I'm good. And maybe in this position, I think it's supposed to be knight E5. Well, that one's incorrect, so it actually increments the incorrect by 1. I could try something else, like, I don't know, knight to G5. That didn't work either. Actually the move here is, of course, bishop D2. So that's now correct. It goes on to the next one. Say I don't know this one, I can skip one. It's going to keep track of how many I skipped too. So it's going to keep doing this with the position set we're working with. Now, of course, we're just working with a set of 3 positions at the end of one interesting line in the London. But you can imagine the power of this if you put in 100 or 1,000, or in the case of the London system, 5,000 white to move positions that you need to learn, and how much stronger your game would be if you actually knew those 5,000 positions by heart. That's the magic of combining speed learning with speed testing. Now, before I wrap up this video, I want to talk a little bit more about the photo reading concept, because I do think it's quite cool, and it's the reason why speed learning and ultimately speed testing are put in the program. So it's based on photo reading, which, you know, if you go to photoreading.com, if you get nothing else out of it, you'll find a really cool way to learn how to do speed reading, photo reading style, which just basically takes you right to the super fast speeds of speed reading without having to go up through all those plateaus they have you go through normally. So photoreading.com. And I actually picked up on this because somebody, a chess player, had already done this and actually had a testimonial on the site, and that's what got me thinking about what was possible with photo reading with chess. So the theory goes that everything you see, like everything around you, you're constantly noticing and filtering, but it's all being stored. So like, for instance, no matter how fast those positions went by in speed learning, you saw them all, and you actually saw the red arrows of the best moves. You may not have consciously been able to recall them, and that's the trick. That skill needs to be developed, and it does take a while to do that, but it can be developed. So we want to rifle those positions, maybe hundreds or thousands in front of you, and then test. And the first very few times you won't be able to do it, but after a while, and you probably want to do this, get the professional version, load up a set of, you know, a dozen to 20 to 30 positions that you don't know in some opening that you're not familiar with, and do speed learning for a little while, and come back and do speed testing and check for yourself if just by watching those positions go by, if you don't somehow, like, almost magically know where the red arrows are going to appear, which basically means you know what the best moves are in those positions. That's the magic behind speed learning and speed testing. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the professional version of Chess Openings Wizard.